If you are a self-made individual, one that has created significant wealth or has a very strong income, then chances are that you are feeling the pressure to give money to family and friends. Perhaps you work at a company that went public or had some type of other exit, or maybe you started your own company and created significant equity on your own. Either way, this level of achievement can have emotional repercussions because you feel proud of your success and also because you had more wealth than ever before. So today I'm going to go over the various aspects of whether or not a family member should be giving money to their family or friends and what's that best way to do so. So to begin, I wanted to share a story about a client who suddenly came into significant wealth and they felt obligated to help out his parents. So my client was a collegiate athlete who had a very unfortunate accident, and that resulted in him having a very large settlement payout from that university. And this accident, it nearly killed him, and it took several years of occupational and physical therapy before he could even perform the basic activities as to what it is to live a normal life. And so at this time, his parents, they gave up a very large portion of their time and their lives to assist him and to really help get him back up on his feet. And so my client, he didn't come for money, his family didn't come for money, and this sudden payout, it was a life-changing event for both him and everyone near him. His parents, they immediately made it known that they expected some of this payout, some of this money. His childhood friends, they've also expected some type of assistance, and so he felt very overwhelmed and very unsure as to what to do. So this leads me to step number one. You've got to create a financial plan. Before you do anything, before you decide whether or not you're going to be giving this money away, you need to figure out what you're actually going to be doing with this money. So creating a financial plan is essentially figuring out all of your needs and all of your wants, and you're putting a dollar amount to each one. So from there, you would figure out a strategy to ensure that all of your needs and your wants are met. So when can I retire? How do I pay for my children's college expenses? Can I buy a vacation home? Questions like this. And once you figure out your current financial situation, you can then begin to tackle the question of whether or not you want to give this money away. It's important to note that giving money away to family and friends, this should come after all of your own personal goals are financed. And this brings me to step number two. Yes or no to your family and friends. If your financial plan did not include supporting your family and friends, then it's pretty obvious that your answer is no. You should not give any money, no loans or anything like that. If this is the case, then you should think long and hard about how much information about your financial situation you should share with them. You might be tempted to tell everyone about your financial success, but doing so, it's going to come at a cost. If you telegraph your wealth, people you haven't seen or thought about in years, they're going to come out of the woodwork and they're going to ask you for money. And you certainly don't want this. You want to be in front of this as much as possible. Begin by telling your closest family members and then possibly your extended relatives and friends. This conversation should be less specific the further out that you extend the news. Your spouse, for example, they should know exactly what your financial situation looks like, right? Your cousins, on the other hand, they should know very little. So the further out you go, the less people should know about your financial situation. Now, if you do decide to give money to family and friends, it's very important that you establish boundaries. You need to be clear and you need to be firm as to how you intend to help them out. This can be tricky as some people may not agree with your plan. In my earlier example where my client received a substantial payout, we determined that the best strategy to give back to his parents was to send them a fixed monthly amount over a certain number of years. And this was really preferable to sending a large upfront cash payment, as the fear is that they were going to be spending all this money up front and then they were going to come back later asking for more. So the parents were expecting a large upfront payment, of course, but my client explained to them in a very precise way that a fixed monthly amount was set aside specifically for them. And they accepted it, and the relationship maintained very strong. So in the end, you should only give away what you are comfortable with, and you need to understand what your own goals are and understand that they are the priority. Your charitable contribution should not put any of this into jeopardy. Giving money will always just be a balancing act between wanting to provide support, but you also want to encourage independence and growth with these individuals. The goal here is to avoid any type of dependence on the person giving away the money, right? It makes it awkward for everyone involved, and it can quickly put strain on a relationship. So be open, maintain an open line of communication, discuss all of your expectations up front, as you don't want any misunderstandings. And also keep in mind that there are many other ways of giving that doesn't have to be financial. If you are self-made, then chances are you have a lot of advice that can be useful to someone trying to make it themselves. So act as a mentor, give career advice, offer emotional support. There are many other ways that you can give back. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Ryan Hughes, founder of Bull Oak, an independent advisory firm focusing on high-income individuals. To learn more about how we help our clients achieve financial success, please visit bulloak.com.